Imagine waking up one day only to find that someone you love has vanished without a trace. No goodbye, no explanation, just gone. This is the haunting reality the Reusch family has lived with since February 2019, when 15-year-old Rebecca Reusch disappeared from her sister's home in Berlin. What started as a typical morning soon turned into one of Germany's most chilling mysteries. Despite countless searches, media coverage and investigations, Rebecca's fate remains unknown. How could a young girl disappear so completely in a bustling city like Berlin? Who holds the answers? And why does this case still grip the nation 5 years later? Today, we delve into the mysterious disappearance of Rebecca Reusch, a case filled with suspicion, heartbreak, and unanswered questions that still haunt Germany to this day. February 17th, 2019, started like any other day for Rebecca Reusch, a lively 15-year-old high school student from Berlin. She spent the night at her older sister Jessica's house in Berlin-Britz after a family gathering. Jessica's husband, Florian R., was also home. The following morning, February 18th, Rebecca's parents expected her at school, but she never arrived. At first, they thought she might have stayed longer at Jessica's or skipped class. But as the hours passed, worry turned to panic. Her phone was unreachable, and none of her friends had seen or heard from her. According to Jessica, she left for work that morning, leaving Rebecca alone with Florian. By the time Florian left the house around 9:50 a.m., Rebecca was gone, or so he claimed. What followed was a frantic search by her family, who quickly contacted the police. Initial searches yielded no clues. Rebecca's pink backpack, smartphone and personal items were never found. Security cameras showed no sign of her leaving the house. Police, family and volunteers scoured Berlin, hoping for any trace of the missing teenager. But days turned into weeks and no leads emerged. How does a 15-year-old vanish from a family home in broad daylight? As the search intensified, suspicion began to swirl around one person, the last person known to have seen her alive, Florian R. From the beginning, the investigation into Rebecca Reusch's disappearance was riddled with questions. Police focused on Florian R., Rebecca's brother-in-law, almost immediately. Their reasoning? A suspicious timeline and unexplained car movements. Florian claimed Rebecca was still asleep when he left for work that morning. However, authorities discovered that his car, a red Renault Twingo, was seen travelling on the A12 highway twice on the day Rebecca vanished, once in the morning and again later that evening. The highway led towards Poland, raising chilling questions about whether Rebecca had been transported out of the country. Florian denied any involvement, insisting he had nothing to do with Rebecca's disappearance. But police weren't convinced. He was arrested twice on suspicion of manslaughter, though both times he was released due to insufficient evidence. Without a body, a crime scene, or direct evidence, the case remained at a frustrating standstill. The investigation dug deep into Rebecca's personal life, friendships, and online activity. Was she meeting someone in secret? Did she run away? Or was something far more sinister at play? With no signs of a struggle in the house and no clear motive, the case grew more complex. Public opinion was divided. Some believed Florian was guilty, pointing to inconsistencies in his story and the car's suspicious trips. Others felt the police were fixated on the wrong person, potentially missing crucial leads. As months passed, one thing became clear. The answers to Rebecca's disappearance were still out there. But were they being overlooked? For Rebecca's family, the pain of her disappearance is an open wound that refuses to heal. Despite the police's focus on Florian R., the Reusch family has stood firmly by him, insisting on his innocence. Rebecca's mother, Brigitte, has repeatedly expressed her belief that Florian had no reason to harm her daughter. To this day, she criticizes the police for what she sees as tunnel vision, focusing on Florian while possibly ignoring other leads. Rebecca's parents believe she may have fallen victim to human trafficking or an unknown predator. Their pleas to the public have been heartbreaking, urging anyone with information to come forward. Each anniversary of Rebecca's disappearance brings fresh waves of grief, but also renewed hope that she might still be found. The family's unwavering support of Florian has sparked debate. Some sympathize with their desperate need to protect their loved ones, while others question whether their loyalty has hindered the investigation. What remains undeniable is their relentless pursuit of the truth and their unshakable hope that Rebecca is still alive somewhere waiting to come home. Rebecca Reusch's disappearance quickly became one of Germany's most talked about cases. News outlets covered every development, and soon the story spread beyond Berlin. True crime enthusiasts dissected every detail, while social media was flooded with theories, speculation, and desperate pleas for information. Television specials, podcasts, and online forums kept Rebecca's name in the public consciousness. Hashtags like #FindRebecca trended on platforms like Twitter and Instagram, turning her case into a nationwide conversation. Yet this intense media scrutiny also brought challenges. Some critics argued that the media's relentless focus put unnecessary pressure on the investigation, while others felt it kept crucial details from surfacing due to fear of public backlash. The case also sparked debate about the role of the media in high-profile disappearances. Were they helping or hindering? Despite the questions, one fact remained clear. Rebecca's case continued to haunt Germany. Every update or rumoured sighting ignited hope, only to be extinguished when no concrete leads emerged. As the years passed, the media's interest never fully waned. Even today, the question lingers: could someone, somewhere, know more than they've shared? Despite the passage of time, the search for Rebecca Reusch has never truly stopped. In the years since her disappearance, new developments have occasionally surfaced, though none have led to definitive answers. Police have continued to follow up on tips, combing through countless pieces of information, yet many leads have ended in dead ends. One notable update came when authorities revisited Florian Ara's vehicle data, hoping that advances in technology might reveal something missed in the initial investigation. However, no new evidence was found. There were also several reported sightings of young women resembling Rebecca, including one in Poland, but each time these hopes were dashed when the individuals were confirmed not to be her. In 2023, Berlin police announced they were still actively investigating the case, though they admitted the trail had grown cold. Rebecca's family continues to believe she is alive, clinging to any shred of hope that she will one day return. Meanwhile, the public remains captivated, with many still speculating on what truly happened that fateful morning in February 2019. As of 2025, Rebecca's disappearance remains one of Germany's most haunting unsolved cases, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and a family desperate for closure. Rebecca Reusch's disappearance is more than just a mystery. It's a haunting reminder of how quickly a life can change. 5 years have passed, but the questions remain. What happened to Rebecca that morning in Berlin? Was she a victim of foul play? Or did she leave on her own, never to be seen again? For her family, every day without answers is another day lost to uncertainty. For the public, her case serves as a chilling tale that continues to stir both fear and hope. As technology advances and investigations persist, there remains a glimmer of hope that someday the truth will emerge. Until then, Rebecca's face remains etched in the minds of many, a symbol of unresolved grief and unrelenting hope. If you have any information, no matter how small, you could be the key to solving the mystery that still haunts Germany.